Hello, and welcome back to Catchy English. I'm Emma, and I am so excited to be your guide on this incredible journey. If you're new here, let me tell you that we're not just about learning English. We're about unlocking a new level of confidence and fluency. One step and one real-life practice at a time. In today's Advanced English Fluency Masterclass, you're going to do something truly powerful. We're going to master 600 of the most useful English words that are the DNA of everyday life. These words won't just expand your vocabulary. They will build your confidence to speak naturally and fluently. We'll move through every key area of your daily world, from your home to work from school, travel, and even emotions and expressions. I'll be with you every step of the way, guiding you with real examples and powerful practice exercises. By the end of this class, you will have practiced and absorbed hundreds of words, bringing you closer to an advanced level where you can use English with complete ease. Before we dive in, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to transform your English just like this. So take a deep breath, get ready, and let's embark on this vocabulary journey together. When we talk about achieving advanced English fluency, it's not about memorizing complex grammar rules or rare vocabulary. It's about mastering the words that people use every single day. The words that appear again and again in conversations, in stories, in workplace discussions, in travel, and in your personal life. Today, we're going to start by focusing on these essential everyday situations and the vocabulary that makes them feel easy and natural. Let's begin right where your day starts. At home. Think about the place you wake up each morning. Your bedroom is the starting point of your day and is full of useful words like blanket, pillow, mattress, wardrobe, and curtains. These words may seem simple, but using them is a sign of true fluency. Try this with me now. Imagine you're waking up and you say, "I pulled the blanket off and placed my head back on the pillow before getting out of bed." Notice how natural it sounds when you string those words together in a real sentence. Now, let's practice. Repeat after me slowly. This morning, I opened the curtains and let the sunlight into my room again. I put my clothes in the wardrobe to keep them organized. These short sentences train your brain to use the words automatically. Don't just memorize single words. Always practice them in full sentences. That's how real fluency grows. From your cozy bedroom, you might walk to the kitchen. And the kitchen is another treasure trove of everyday English words like stove, fridge, cupboard, spoon, knife, plate, and glass. For example, you can say, "I opened the fridge and took out a glass of milk," or "I placed the plate on the table and picked up a spoon." Each of these sentences feels real because they describe actions you perform every single day. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I cooked breakfast on the stove. I washed the knife and the spoon after eating. I put the glass back in the cupboard. Each sentence is simple, but when you say it aloud, you're training your tongue, lips, and brain to work together in English. Now, let's move to another daily situation. Getting ready to leave the house. You might think about words like shoes, socks, jacket, umbrella, and bag. Imagine this. I put on my shoes and jacket before leaving the house. Or, I carried my bag and held my umbrella because it was raining. These are practical, real sentences that prepare you for everyday conversations. Practice with me. Say, I wore a jacket because it was cold outside. Say, I put my socks on before putting on my shoes. Say, I took my bag with me to school. By speaking these sentences, you are practicing the natural rhythm of English. Now, let's expand into the area of daily transportation. When you travel to school, to work, or to the market, you use words like bus, train, ticket, station, driver, and seat. You could say, I bought a ticket at the station, or I sat near the window on the bus. These everyday details make your English sound completely natural. Practice with me slowly. I waited at the bus stop for 10 minutes. I asked the driver for a ticket. I found an empty seat and sat down. Excellent. Each sentence gives you the confidence to describe your world in English. Another important area of daily life and a treasure trove of useful vocabulary is shopping. Shopping gives us words like store, cashier, basket, price, money, receipt, and bag. Imagine saying, I put the apples in the basket. Or, I gave the cashier some money and took the receipt. These words are not complicated, but using them again and again makes you fluent. Let's practice a few sentences together. Repeat after me. The store was full of people. I checked the price before buying the shirt. I put the receipt in my bag. Excellent. Everyday life also involves emotions. It's important to practice words that describe how you feel. Words like happy, angry, excited, tired, worried, and calm. These are not just vocabulary items. They are keys to expressing yourself in English. For example, you can say, I was excited to meet my friend, or I felt tired after walking home. Repeat after me. I am happy when I finish my work on time. I feel worried before an exam. I stay calm when I practice breathing slowly. Notice how these sentences connect your emotions to real-life situations. That is what advanced fluency means. Not difficult words, but natural self-expression. Now, let's pause for a small reflection. Every time you learn a new word, don't only think about its meaning. Think about how to use it in a sentence, how to say it with the right feeling, and how it connects to your life. This is how you will reach the advanced level. When we think about vocabulary for everyday life, we should also include the workplace. Whether you work in an office, a shop, a school, or even from home, there are common English words that appear again and again. Words like meeting, deadline, computer, colleague, manager, project, and email. These are not just technical terms. They are real, practical words that shape your daily experience. Let's practice with some sentences. Repeat after me. I joined a meeting with my colleagues. I sent an email to my manager. I finished the project before the deadline. Notice how each sentence feels close to real life. That's what makes the practice so effective. Now imagine a conversation at work. One person says, "Did you get my email?" The other replies, "Yes, I read it this morning." Or, "We have a meeting at 10, sir." These small but important exchanges are the building blocks of advanced fluency. Work life also brings words about tools and technology. Words like printer, keyboard, screen, file, document, chair, and desk. You could say, I printed the document before the meeting, or I set the file on the desk. Simple sentences, but extremely useful in everyday situations. Practice with me slowly. I typed the letter on the keyboard. I sat on the chair and looked at the screen. I saved the file on the computer. Speaking these aloud is like exercising your muscles. The more you do it, the stronger your English becomes. Now let's step into another daily environment. School and study. Even if you are not a student anymore, school vocabulary is part of everyday English. Because it appears in conversations, books, and media, words like teacher, student, classroom, subject, exam, homework, and library. For example, the teacher gave the students homework, or I studied for the exam in the library. Practice these sentences now. The classroom was full of students. I enjoyed reading books in the library. The subject I like most is English. Each time you speak a sentence, you are preparing yourself to use these words naturally in conversation. Think about an everyday exchange at school. A student might say, "When is the exam?" Another replies, "The exam is next week," or "Did you finish the homework?" These short questions and answers are real English. Practicing them makes you more confident. Daily life also includes social situations, meeting friends, talking to neighbors, or chatting with family. Here, words like visit, chat, invite, dinner, party, gift, and conversation appear often. For example, I invited my friend to dinner, or we had a nice chat after the party. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I visited my cousin last weekend. I gave my friend a gift for her birthday. We had a long conversation about our plans. Notice how natural and warm these sentences feel. They reflect the rhythm of real communication. Now let's move to health and the doctor. Another important area of daily life. Words like doctor, nurse, hospital, medicine, appointment, pain, and healthy are communication. For example, I made an appointment with the doctor, or the nurse gave me some medicine. These are essential for both safety and fluency. Practice aloud. Now I felt pain in my stomach. The doctor said I should eat healthy food. I went to the hospital for a checkup. Excellent. You are training yourself to express even sensitive and important topics in English. Health vocabulary can also connect to lifestyle. Words like exercise, diet, rest, strong energy, and sleep. You might say, I exercise every morning to stay strong, or I need more sleep to have energy. These are natural ways to talk about your daily habits. Repeat after me. I follow a healthy diet. I try to rest when I feel tired. Exercise gives me more energy. Practicing these not only teaches vocabulary, but also helps you think about your real life in English. Now let's expand to travel vocabulary, which you need whenever you move beyond your town or city. Words like airport, passport, ticket, luggage, hotel, reservation, and map. Imagine saying, I showed my passport at the airport, or I made a reservation at the hotel. Practice now. I carried my luggage to the taxi. I bought a ticket for the train. I used a map to find the street. These are real useful sentences for anyone who travels, whether often or occasionally. Travel also gives us conversations like, excuse me, where is the bus station? Or, I would like to book a room for 2 nights. Practicing these aloud helps you feel confident in real-life travel situations. So far, you can see how different areas of life, home, work, school, social, health, and travel all bring essential English words into your fluency. Each one builds your confidence step by step. And remember, we are on a journey to reach 600 words together in this masterclass. Each word, each sentence, each practice example is moving you closer to advanced fluency. Another essential part of everyday life is food and eating. Food vocabulary is everywhere in daily conversations. Learning and practicing it will help you sound natural and confident. Common words include breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, restaurant, menu, order, waiter, bill, and delicious. Imagine saying, "I had breakfast with eggs and bread," or "We ordered lunch at a restaurant."
These are simple, but they give you strong fluency because you use them in real situations. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. I ate dinner with my family. The waiter brought the menu to the table. The food was delicious, and I paid the bill after eating. Speaking these sentences aloud allows your tongue and brain to connect, which makes fluency smoother and faster. Think about small conversations in a restaurant. You might say, "Could I see the menu, please?" Or "I would like to order a sandwich." Then later, "Could I have the bill, please?" These short but common exchanges are the core of everyday English practice. Food vocabulary can also connect to emotions and experiences. For example, I enjoyed the snack because it was sweet, or the dinner was special because we celebrated a birthday. Notice how words about food often carry feelings and stories with them. Let's practice again. I enjoyed the snack. The dinner was special. The restaurant was busy. Keep repeating slowly and clearly because repetition creates fluency. Another area of daily life is free time and hobbies. Words like music, movie, sport, reading, painting, traveling, gardening, and shopping all describe how people spend their free time. For example, I like listening to music in the evening, or we watched a movie together, or she enjoys painting on weekends. These words make conversations richer and more personal. Practice with me now. Repeat aloud. I enjoy reading books. I play sports with my friends. Gardening makes me feel relaxed. You can also imagine a conversation like this. One person says, "What do you like to do in your free time?" And another replies, "I like traveling and listening to music." These exchanges help you express yourself in a natural way. Let's now move into the area of feelings and personality. Words we use to describe people and ourselves. Words like kind, honest, friendly, hardworking, shy, polite, and serious. For example, my friend is very kind and polite, or he is hardworking and honest. These are qualities we talk about all the time. Practice aloud. She is friendly with everyone. I am a serious student. He is shy, but also very kind. Each sentence helps you describe people in English more clearly and naturally. Think about a real-life conversation. Someone asks, "What is your teacher like?" You can answer, "She is hard work and very friendly." Or, "He is serious but kind." These answers sound natural and fluent, and they are easy to practice every day. Now, let's expand into the world outside, the weather and environment. Weather is one of the most common topics in small talk. So these words are very important. Words like sunny, rainy, cloudy, storm, hot, cold, wind, and snow. You could say, "Today is sunny and hot," or "It was rainy and cloudy yesterday." These words help you connect with people in conversation quickly. Practice with me. Repeat slowly. The wind is strong today. It snowed last winter. The storm was loud and scary. These are easy to say, but they make your English sound natural and fluent.
A common exchange in English is, "How's the weather?" The reply might be, "It's sunny and warm today," or "It's cold and windy outside." Practicing these small exchanges will make your everyday conversation smoother. Now, let's practice combining vocabulary from different areas to build longer sentences. For example, I wore my jacket because it was cold and windy outside. Or, we ate dinner at a restaurant after watching a movie. Or, the teacher gave homework before the exam next week. Notice how we take words from home, weather, food, school, and hobbies, and we connect them into complete sentences. This is exactly how fluency works. Combining vocabulary into real communication. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I listened to music while cooking dinner. I carried my umbrella because it was raining. I played sports with my friends in the park. Each time you practice, your English becomes smoother and faster. Remember, fluency is not about learning difficult, rare words. It's about using the most common, everyday words in natural ways. When you can do that, you will sound advanced, confident, and fluent. Daily life also includes communication. The words and expressions we use to talk with people every single day. These words are like the glue of conversation because they help us connect smoothly and politely. Some of the most useful are hello, goodbye, please, thank you, sorry, excuse me, how are you, and nice to meet you. You may think these are simple, but fluency grows strongest when you master the basics and use them confidently. Imagine a conversation. You walk into a store and say, "Hello, excuse me, can you help me?" The cashier replies, "Of course, how can I help you?" After you buy something, you say, "Thank you, have a good day." The cashier replies, "Goodbye, see you again." This short exchange is a perfect example of how basic words carry powerful communication in real life. Practice aloud with me. Repeat. Hello, how are you? Excuse me, can you help me? Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. These sentences sound simple, but they are essential for fluency because you will use them every day. Let's now look at time vocabulary because time expressions guide all of our daily conversations. Words like morning, afternoon, evening, night, yesterday, today, tomorrow, week, and month. Imagine saying, "I will see you tomorrow afternoon," or "I studied yesterday evening," or "Today is a busy morning." These expressions make your English sound natural and clear. Practice with me slowly. I wake up every morning at 7. I will call you tomorrow night. Yesterday was a long day. We will meet next week. By practicing time expressions in sentences, you make it easier to tell stories and plan events in English. Now, think about directions and places. Another important area of everyday English. Words like left, right, straight, corner, street, road, bridge, park, market, and bank. Imagine you are asking, "Excuse me, where is the bank?" Someone replies, "Go straight, then turn left at the corner." These small but useful words are necessary when traveling, exploring, or just finding your way. Practice aloud now. The park is on the right side of the street. Go straight ahead to the market. Turn left after the bridge. These sentences give you confidence when moving around in English-speaking areas. Think about real conversations. One person says, "How do I get to the station?" Another replies, "Go straight and take a right at the corner." Practicing these short exchanges prepares you for real travel situations where clear English is most important. Another daily life area is money. Because money words appear in so many situations. Words like cash, coins, credit card, price, cost, change, expensive, and cheap. For example, the price of the book was expensive. Let's practice now. Repeat slowly. I paid in cash. The shoes were cheap but comfortable. I don't have coins, only notes. The cost was high, but the quality was good. These are natural sentences that make everyday money talk easy in English. Money also connects to conversations like, how much does this cost? Or do you accept credit cards? Or can I have the change, please? These questions and answers are practical and simple, but also very powerful for real-world fluency. Now let's step into feelings of daily routines and habits. The words we use to describe what we do regularly. Words like wake up, brush, eat, work, study, relax, sleep, and repeat. For example, I wake up and brush my teeth every morning. Or after work, I relax and watch TV. Practice with me now. I study English every day. I eat lunch at noon. I sleep at 10 every night. I relax after work by listening to music.
These habit sentences are powerful because the more you connect English to your real routines, the stronger your fluency becomes. Now, let's combine areas together. Imagine saying, I woke up early in the morning, brushed my teeth, ate breakfast, and then went straight to the station to take the train to work. This long sentence connects time words, daily routine words, and travel words all together. That is exactly how advanced fluency feels. Joining simple vocabulary into longer natural speech. Practice aloud now. Repeat after me. I had dinner with my family in the evening and then watched a movie before going to sleep again. I went to the bank yesterday to take out some cash and then walked to the market on the corner. One more. Tomorrow morning, I will go to the park for exercise. Each sentence is full of common vocabulary, but when you say it aloud, it sounds fluent and advanced. Remember, building fluency is like building a house.
You start with simple bricks. Words like bag, bus, market, thank you, and yesterday. But when you combine the bricks together with practice sentences, you build walls, doors, and a strong structure. Your fluency becomes the house where you can live comfortably in English. Another important area of everyday English is travel within a city using transportation, asking questions, and giving directions. Let's look at words like station, platform, ticket, fare, driver, passenger, bus, stop, train, and subway. These words are part of daily routines for millions of people. And if you can use them naturally, your English becomes immediately more useful. Imagine a short situation. You are at a bus stop and someone asks, "When will the bus arrive?" You answer the bus arrives in 10 minutes, or the fare is $2. These quick answers feel simple, but they are the foundation of advanced fluency. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I bought a ticket at the station.
The driver stopped at the platform. The passengers waited at the bus stop. Again, I traveled by subway to work. Excellent. Each sentence is training your mouth to produce English smoothly. Let's expand into daily errands. The small but frequent tasks we do every week. Words like post office, letter, package, bank, deposit, withdraw, pharmacy, and prescription. For example, I sent a package at the post office. Or I withdrew some money from the bank. Or the doctor gave me a prescription and I bought the medicine at the pharmacy. Practice aloud now. I deposited money at the bank. I mailed a letter at the post office. I filled the prescription at the pharmacy. These are extremely practical because they describe the small things you do every day in life. Daily life also involves technology, and modern English conversations often include words like phone call, message, internet, password, app, download, and Wi-Fi.
For example, I made a phone call to my friend, or I sent a message using the app, or I connected to the Wi-Fi at the cafe. Practice with me. Repeat. I downloaded a new app. I forgot my password. I used the internet to study. I received a phone call from my manager. These sentences reflect the reality of modern life. English is everywhere in technology, and using these words helps you keep up with conversations. Now, let's explore family vocabulary because family words are often used in introductions, stories, and personal conversations. Words like mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, cousin, grandmother, and grandfather. You could say, my mother cooked dinner last night, or my brother plays football at school, or I visited my grandmother on Sunday. Practice aloud now. My sister studies English. I went to the park with my cousin. My father works in an office. My aunt gave me a gift. These sentences help you describe your family naturally in English conversations. Now think about relationships and friendship. Words like friend, neighbor, classmate, colleague, partner, and relatives. Imagine saying, my friend invited me to dinner, or my neighbor helped me with the garden, or my colleague C joined me in the meeting. Practice with me slowly. I have a good friend at school. My colleague is hard work. I talked to my neighbor yesterday. Each sentence feels natural, and practicing them makes your English ready for everyday use. Let's move into the market and shopping vocabulary again, but with more detail. Words like discount, sale, cashier, checkout, queue, receipt, basket, and queue store. Imagine saying, I waited in the queue at the checkout, or the cashier gave me a receipt, or there was a discount on shoes. Practice aloud. The customer paid at the cashier. I put the apples in the basket. I got a discount during the sale. These sentences prepare you for shopping conversations, which are part of everyday city life. Now, let's combine all these areas. Transportation, errands, family, and shopping into longer practice sentences. For example, I went with my sister to the station to buy a ticket. Then we traveled by train to the city, visited our cousin, and later bought some clothes during a sale at the market. This sentence combines family, travel, and shopping vocabulary in one natural flow. Practice with me slowly. Yesterday, I went to the post office to send a package. Then I called my friend on the phone and invited him for dinner at a restaurant. Another, my father withdrew money from the bank, and then he bought groceries at the market before going home. Another, I downloaded a new app on my phone and sent a message to my colleague about tomorrow's meeting. Each of these practice sentences takes simple vocabulary and builds it into advanced fluency. Remember, fluency means confidence, and confidence comes from practice. Every word you repeat, every sentence you say aloud, every moment you imagine yourself in a real-life situation, all of this adds up. You are not just memorizing words. You are creating the ability to think, speak, and live in English. Let's now explore vocabulary for the house in more detail. You already know words like bedroom and kitchen, but let's go deeper into the parts of a home. Words like living room, sofa, carpet, lamp, television, shelf, mirror, bathroom, shower, sink, and toilet.
Imagine describing your home to someone in English. You could say, the acing room has a sofa and a carpet, or there is a mirror above the sink in the bathroom. Practice aloud with me. I sat on the sofa and watched television. I turned on the lamp next to the bed. The shelf was full of books. I cleaned the bathroom sink. Notice how these sentences are short, but very real. They describe things you do and see every day. Now imagine a longer description. Yesterday evening, I sat on the sofa in the living room, turned on the lamp, watched television, and then took a shower before going to bed. This single sentence connects many words into one smooth story. That is advanced fluency, not just knowing words, but weaving them into natural speech. Let's practice together. Repeat. The carpet is soft under my feet. The mirror is on the wall. The bathroom has a shower and a toilet. Each time you practice, your brain builds stronger connections for these words. Now, let's talk about cleaning vocabulary because it's part of daily home life too. Words like broom, mop, vacuum, soap, bucket, sponge, dust, and trash. You might say, I used a broom to clean the floor, or I put the trash in the bin, or the vacuum cleaned the carpet. Practice aloud now. I filled the bucket with water and used a mop. I washed the dishes with soap and a sponge. I took the trash outside. Cleaning words are not glamorous, but they are very practical, and using them helps you describe life naturally in English. Now,